Good afternoon. It's James from Pipe Doctor Home Services. Got a special one for you guys today. I was just mowing my lawn. That's why I'm out of uniform. And I got a notification that I got a delivery at the front door. And it's something I'm very excited to share with you guys. So let me show you what it is. So we have here the AQUASMART 45 by AQUASTRONG. They reached out to me and said, hey, James, would we be able to work together on doing some sort of collaboration where you could showcase our product? And I said, sure, why not? I've actually put this in a couple times at work. I know Mike's done it, several few times, and said I would love to. And so I got this shipped out to me, and we're going to be installing it tomorrow. Derek is going to come along with me to get it installed in a client's home. But I figured might as well at least just open it up, take a look at it, and, just go over everything with it. I know that in terms of the unit itself, it's very quiet when it's operating. I know we could boost it up to the readings on the actual interface are in bar, which is something, we'll go over on where the bar relates to PSI. I know they're super energy efficient. It's not using a whole boatload of power. And it really helps boost and get water pressure throughout the home, especially if you're in an area where you have maybe 35, 40 PSI, or, even if you're in that 50 PSI range and you want to shoot a little bit higher. So let's get this thing opened up right off the bat. We have our instruction manual here for installation and operation. Very good packaging. Okay, so I'm gonna get this taken out of here. Bear with me one second. It's got a little bit of weight to it, which I'm not gonna lie, this is a actually really nice looking unit. I've put in other manufacturers where it's like a big booster tank with the pump and all these different things. But no, it's really nice. It plugs into your regular wall outlet, so it's not like you need a 240 circuit or 220 volt circuit, anything crazy like that. And you can see that it comes here with 1-inch male pipe threads. And one of the other things that is actually kind of cool when I installed this previously is that these can pivot. When you loosen these adapters here, you can pivot them so that you have, offsets so that your pipes aren't hitting each other. So that's really nice. This up here is a primer cap for, when you were starting up the system and you're refilling. That's just to get the pump primed and ready to go. And then over here you could have your power button, your plus and your minus for up and down and raising and lowering the pressure setting that you want for it to be at. Let's see here. Yeah, 115 volts, 60 hertz, 3/4 horsepower, maximum of 5,200 RPM. So yeah, and the max current 6.8. Yeah, it's not bad. So I'm gonna get this thing put back away in the box. We will then cut to the installation of this AQUASTRONG, the AQUASMART 45. So we have a 1-inch water main, or not 1-inch, 3/4-inch water main coming in. As you can see, we are going to be installing today the AQUASMART 45 by AQUASTRONG to help boost this client's water pressure. We'll go take a look at what the shower looks like beforehand so we could see how the pressure looks inside the home. They are in an area where their water pressure isn't that great, and it's kind of preset by the water company. So one of the best things that they could do is have this device installed to help boost that pressure. We're going to be piping it in after the sprinkler system. So it's not going to be boosting the sprinkler system, but it will be boosting the entire house and getting the pressure up. So just remember, whatever you pump, search AQUASTRONG. Their products are fantastic, and definitely recommend. This is our second one that we're putting in a matter of a week. So I am highly considering putting one of these in at my house. So you can see here, this is just one of two examples. Yes, this is dripping a little bit, so it's not 100% accurate, but you can see we only have about 50 pounds of water pressure in the home. So once we have this installed, we will be able to take a good reading and see where we're at after the fact. I'm also going to go show you guys what a shower head pressure looks like before the installation of this AQUASMART 45 booster pump. So we're up on the second floor. We got a shower running. You can see here the pressure is not that great. We got fully open, and it could be better. I could definitely see that if we were to turn like another fixture on, the pressure definitely goes down. So once we get this device installed, we'll get to see a noticeable difference with the water pressure in the home. All right, so we got the unit in. It's very nice, slim, compact. We have it fitting behind the laundry here, which is fantastic. These are 1-inch pipe threads, and you can see we converted from copper over to PEX with it. So these are also swivel joints, so it's really nice. You can pivot and set it which way you want to set it. So we have a water softener here that we didn't want to be boosting the water through. So out of the water softener, we come down into the unit and then out into the house. And yeah, so what we're gonna do is, unfortunately, our power is a little too tall for where we are. So we're gonna just be plugging it in right now with an extension cord to be testing it, so we could see what the output looks like. And, you know, we'll be able to adjust the pressure settings on it. We can see how loud it is or quiet it is. It's 55 decibels or less, you know, which is like a refrigerator. So we're definitely gonna be able to test it out and see how well this unit performs. So let's get it plugged in. We'll make sure we get everything pressurized and make sure that we purge all the air out of it. It does come with an instruction manual right here, and it pretty much tells you what you need to do if you're working with well water or city water. So it's very nice. It's very straightforward. I think Derek and I got this piped in like 30 minutes. So yeah, we'll get it plugged in and we'll get it tested. Quick side note before this next clip. I say that I have the unit set to 50, but it's actually 5.0, which is 5.0 bars. So just a little clarification on that. So we have it set right now to 50, which I believe, I'll have to check because there's bar settings and PSI settings. But you can see the unit's on right now, right? This is what it's set to, and then this is what the actual operating pressure is. The sink, the faucet is louder than the unit itself. Like, I can barely hear it running. So what we'll do is we'll shut that off, we'll hook our pressure gauge up to it, and we'll see what our pressure reading looks like. Now, if we get this turned on, we'll open the sink back up, and you can see we're up to almost 80 PSI, just about 75 PSI, which before we were at, I think, a little just shy of 50 pounds. So you can see how we've already boosted up quite a lot. So the next thing that we're gonna go do is we're gonna go check out that shower. Now this is a little tough because video doesn't do it justice, but I could at least tell that the water's being pushed out this shower head. Oh, and it even just ramped up. So the unit noticed that there was the drop in pressure in the system and it ramped up. So this is definitely coming out a lot stronger than it was prior. Now, you know, earlier it wasn't like trickling out. There was okay pressure, you know, but once I turned another fixture on, it had dropped significantly. And now it's pretty much maintaining the same pressure. For me, this isn't as good of a gauge or a visual explanation as showing you the actual pressure gauge, which we saw. That went from 50 pounds up to 75. That's, you know, that's a huge win in my book, so. And to clarify, the pump showing that 55 number or the 50 number, that's 5.5 bars or 5 bars. So 5.5 bars, you know, equates to about 80 PSI. So I dropped it down to about 5.0 because I don't want to be, you know, completely maxed out. I'd prefer to be in that 70 PSI range. Just to have clarification on that, that is the way that it comes reading, is in bars, not PSI. So just make sure you keep that in mind when you're setting the pressure for this system. And if you guys want more information on the AQUASMART 45, check out the link in my description below. It'll take you directly to AQUASTRONG's website. I'm super thankful and happy to have teamed up with them for the collaboration on this video. And hopefully you guys were able to see, you know, how this product works, and there is definitely a change in the outcoming pressure from the system. So it's definitely worth looking into. So take a look at it. Let me know what you guys think. Leave a description, leave a comment down below, like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. See you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.